FC Barcelona's star winger Raphinha has come out in support of his young teammate Lamine Yamal after a controversial incident in Barcelona's 2-2 draw with Atalanta in the Champions League on Wednesday. The Brazilian international empathized with Yamal's frustration after he was substituted late in the match, a moment that seemed to capture the tensions and emotions that often arise when a player feels they have more to offer on the pitch. A special moment for Lamine Yamal. The match in question took place as part of the final round of the Champions League group stage, with Barcelona needing a win to top their group. The game began on a high note for the Catalans when 16-year-old Lamine Yamal scored his first-ever Champions League goal. Yamal's strike came in the 47th minute, right after the second half began. A well-timed pass from Raphinha allowed Yamal to show remarkable composure, beating Atalanta's goalkeeper with ease and calmly tapping in the ball from close range to give Barcelona the lead. The young prodigy, who has been making waves in Barcelona's first team this season, seemed to be on his way to becoming a hero for the night. However, the match quickly took a more frustrating turn for the teenager and his team. Atalanta struck back with an equalizer courtesy of Ederson, and moments later, Barcelona's Ronald Araujo thought he had restored his team's advantage with a header, only for it to be ruled out by VAR. With Barcelona chasing the game for the win, manager Hansi Flick made the controversial decision to take off Lamine Yamal in stoppage time, a move that left the teenager visibly angry and frustrated. Raphinha's insight into Lamine's frustration. Following the match, Raphinha, who had assisted Yamal on his goal, was asked about the incident and the emotions that came from his younger teammate. In an honest and thoughtful response, Raphinha revealed his understanding of Yamal's anger. "I understand Lamine very well," Raphinha said in a post-match interview. "He's a spectacular player, and it's completely understandable that he gets angry. I know exactly how it feels to be in his shoes." The Brazilian further shared that he had experienced similar frustrations earlier in his career, possibly referencing his time under former manager Xavi Hernandez, where he faced moments of frustration with being substituted despite strong performances. However, Raphinha was quick to point out that, despite the substitution, Yamal had played exceptionally well, contributing with a crucial goal and working hard for the team. "He did very well, he helped the team, and he scored a goal. I tried to help him, and I can say that I'm very happy with his performance today and throughout the season." A complex relationship between coach and players. The relationship between players and coaches can often be complex, especially when it comes to young talents. Lamine Yamal, at just 16 years old, has shown incredible maturity and talent, which naturally brings expectations. It's clear that the teenager is eager to make an impact and prove himself at the highest level, but this passion and drive can sometimes manifest as frustration when things don't go his way. Yamal's frustration with coach Hansi Flick's decision to pull him off in such a crucial moment is understandable. A player in Yamal's position, in the heat of the moment, would naturally want to be part of the final push to secure a win, especially after contributing a goal. However, coaches often make these decisions based on tactical reasons, player fatigue, or the need to maintain balance in the team. Raphinha's comments shed light on the emotional roller coaster that comes with being a young professional in one of the world's most high-profile clubs. For Yamal, it's not just about the game at hand, it's about the opportunity to showcase his talent and play his part in Barcelona's ongoing pursuit of glory. Raphinha's reflection on Barcelona's performance. While Raphinha took the time to empathize with Yamal, he also reflected on Barcelona's performance as a whole in the Champions League group stage. The Brazilian winger acknowledged that the team had passed the first phase of the competition, but he pointed out that the game against Atalanta had shown the challenges of facing quality opposition. "Atalanta defended well and then took their chances," Raphinha said. "We had to work hard to break them down. In the end, we took a point, but we're happy to have qualified for the knockout stages. Now we need to shift our focus to La Liga." Barcelona's 2-2 draw with Atalanta saw them finish second in their group, just behind Liverpool, the Premier League leaders. While finishing second means they will face more difficult opponents in the knockout stages, it also signifies that Barcelona has the ability to compete with top-tier teams, even when things don't go perfectly. Looking ahead to La Liga. Despite their Champions League qualification, Raphinha was keen to emphasize that Barcelona's focus must now shift back to domestic matters, with their next challenge coming in La Liga. "We always think about winning," Raphinha said. "But now we have to put our heads in La Liga. It's a busy time, and we need to keep the pressure on." Barcelona's upcoming La Liga match against Alaves will be a crucial one. The match is set to take place at the Estadio Olímpic Les Companys, Montjuic, a venue that has seen its fair share of historic moments but remains somewhat unfamiliar to Barcelona fans after the team's temporary relocation from Camp Nou due to renovation works. The match is scheduled for an afternoon kickoff, a rare occurrence for Barcelona, and it will be essential for them to secure all 3 points to keep up with their bitter rivals Real Madrid at the top of the La Liga standings. "We are trailing Real Madrid, and we need to keep our focus on the league," Raphinha acknowledged. "Every game is important, and we need to show the same intensity that we've shown in Europe." Looking ahead, Raphinha acknowledged that while the team has qualified for the next round of the Champions League, they can't afford to take their foot off the pedal. "We'll wait for the draw and see who we get," he said. "But right now, our focus is on La Liga. When it's time to think about the Champions League again, we will." As the season progresses, Barcelona will need to balance their Champions League ambitions with the day-to-day battles in La Liga. With young stars like Lamine Yamal emerging and experienced players like Raphinha continuing to lead the charge, Barcelona's future looks bright, but the road to glory will be anything but easy. In the coming weeks, we'll see if Barcelona can continue their strong form in the league, whether they can shake off their Champions League disappointment, and most importantly, how young stars like Lamine Yamal will continue to develop under the pressure of playing for one of the world's most demanding clubs. Barcelona's road ahead is filled with challenges, but with players like Yamal, Raphinha, and many others leading the charge, the team is poised to fight for success on